G'day friends, and welcome to our Sunday share where Robbie and myself share a creation, something with you throughout the month. And this month we're playing with Creativity Your Way, which is one of the sections in the catalogue. So Robbie, I'm not too sure what she's doing, but I'll be playing with the Unbounded Beauty Suite Collection. And we're going to be playing with the papers, the Flowers of Beauty, and just a couple of dies from the Unbounded Love bundle. Okay, and we'll probably have these as well. I've just discovered I don't have any of that, the shimmer paper left, so we can't play with that. Okay, so let's get on to today's project. Just bear with me, I'll just make sure that I am actually live. Sometimes I'm not too sure. Okay, so we'll bring in our kit. Now, this is going to be sort of a fun fold, but in saying that, I don't know whether it's going to work out, but we'll soon find out, eh? So what I'll do, I won't pull that apart yet. I'm going to show you how I actually cut my base card first. Okay, so let's bring our trimmer in. Just bear with me, eh? I seem to be having a bit of problem. Okay, so is that nice and straight for you? Okie dokie. So I've got a pretty in pink base card, and we're just gonna, I've already pre-scored it, and we're just gonna burnish it along that fold line. I seem to be chopping myself out. Let's see how that goes. That's a bit better, I think. Okay, so we're going to bring in our paper trimmer. And what I want to do is cut out a section of this front of the base card, eh? So we're going to chop down this centre scored line. Now you could have cut this first and then scored it if you wanted to, but I've already scored it, so we will chop down that line, and we're going to come down about 2 inches, which is about 5 centimetres. Okay, and that's along that scored line. Then we're going to, because we've come down 2 inches, we now want to come across the 2 inch mark. So we're going to cut out this panel here. Hope you can see that. So we're just going to grab our cut apart, and we're going to cut to that baseline, or to that scored line. Get rid of this. Now I haven't gone down far enough there, but that's okay. All we can do now is just grab our scissors and just go down to that line, and that is our base card. But then of course I would then come back in with my scissors, and I'd probably tidy it up a little bit. I need a new blade, I know that much. Okay, so that is our base card, just like that. Don't throw that piece away. You can always use that for something else. Okay, so that's our base card. So now we'll bring in our kit, including the base card that I've already done. And that's that. And I did have a few pieces here. Have I got them in here? No. I've got such a mess. If you could see my desk, you'd die of shock. Okay, I've got a couple of pieces here for the inside, that's all. Now, I've grabbed a couple of pieces of basic white as well. I've pre-stamped our images and I've die cut some leaves. Okay, I'll show you how I did that in a minute. So, this piece is going to go to the front like that. So, I won't stick that down yet. What we've done now is I've actually cut another base card from basic white. I then scored it and I want to stick it on the inside of our card. So it's actually going to open like that and then again like that. Okay, so let's stick this to the inside of our card. Yeah, sorry. I'm just sort of thinking of something that we could do, but I'm not going to do it. We'll just continue doing this. Okay. So all we're going to do is stick this down, just like that. And then we'll go over the top of it with our bone folder to make sure it's nicely all stuck down. Going over it with your bone folder too will spread out the adhesive as well. Okay, so that's done. Then this piece is going to go across the top of here. But I'm also thinking we might add a little border there, so just bear with me. I'm just going to go and get a piece of Summer Splash, and there's a piece already just about made for this piece, so let's put that on as well, just to take that, to break that, to break it up a little bit, eh? So we only want a tiny fraction showing. And then we're going to chop this off here. You can use your paper trim if you wanted to, but I'm just going to use my scissors. And that's okay, that side. Then we'll put this onto our card, eh? On the inside of our card. Now I will have the link below to my blog for all the details, and there will also be a link to Robbie's blog. So make sure you pop over to see what she's created. Okay, so that's like that. So that's done. And then we close it up and it's just like that. Easy peasy so far. Okay, then what we're going to do is stamp a couple of flowers. Now, I did have scrap cardstock, and what I did was I stamped the outline of the flower in Berry Burst. So I just tap, 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 stamp that up, just like that. Then we'll bring in, now I did 2 of these, but in this instance we're only going to do 1. Then we're going to bring in our solid image. Tap, tap, tap. This is really juicy Lucy. And I've just stamped off slightly onto scrap paper. Then I stamped over the top. Oops. Just like that. Now there is, I'm not sure whether you're aware of it or not, but on the images, both images and the die as well, there is a little kink that comes out here with the flower, and that's it there. And that the little kink there makes it so easy to match up your images and your die as well. Okay, so then what I did was I grabbed our die, die, and there's that little kink I was talking about. Put that on there like that. See how easy that is to match up, and then run it through your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Okay, so that's how I've done those 2 flowers. Then for the leaves, I actually grabbed some of the paper. Just bear with me. I was just going to go and grab the paper, and that's the one I've used there, that one. That's the opposite side, but I've used this one, okay? And I used the 2 leaves from the Unbounded Beauty dies. So that's the double leaf, and then that's the single leaf. And I've cut a couple of each of those out with the dies. It looks quite pretty actually. It just gives a little bit of interest with die cutting it from the paper. Okay, so before we do that, we're going to stamp our sentiment, and we're going to stamp it in tuxedo or Memento Tuxedo Black. And I did have the die out, the stamp out. God, what a mess. Now I can't find it. As was mentioned, if you could see my... That is a mystery, isn't it? Okay. Let's go for something else. Oh, all right. I don't know what I did with it, but it doesn't matter. We'll use Simply Said. I like this set anyhow, so. And we'll use the Happy Birthday still. I wanted to use the Happy Birthday in the Flowers of Beauty bundle, the stamp set. No, it wasn't. It was Unbounded Love. Jeez. That one there. But that's all right. We'll just use this one. It'll be on my messy desk when I'll find it when I clean up. Okay. And this one might turn out better too, because it's a bit longer. Okie dokie. So we're going to stamp this in Memento Tuxedo Black. And I always stamp onto scrap paper first, just so I know that it's going to be straight. And we sort of want this in the middle, but not right over to the right hand side. So I'm sort of thinking, now just bear with me, it might go out eyesight. And I hope that's straight. Jeez, that's really crooked. turn that light off. Now I'm scared to stamp. That's better. Okay. Then what we can do is stick this to here, eh? So sorry about that light going on and off. The glare was in my eyes. And we're not going to see that happy birthday there because we've stamped over the top. So we're just going to stick that there like that, making sure that the white is matched up with the white on the base card or the inside of the card, okay? Then what we're going to do is grab our dimensionals. We're going to put some on the back. Just like that. And we'll just put that there. Now, when you put that down, just make sure, see what I've done there? I've put the dimensional too high. And if we don't fix that, we're not going to be able to open our card up. To get them off, all I do is just roll them. And usually they'll come off quick, pretty easy. Okay. So we'll start again, eh? Now hopefully, okay, so that's okay. So that's done. Then what we're going to do, I'm thinking we put one leaf there, and I'd like one sort of about there, I think. But we're going to stick these down with just a little bit of glue on the stems, just towards the bottom, just like that. I like my leaves to hang loose, but everyone's a little bit different, so you just do what you're most comfortable with. That. Just spreading that glue out a little bit, and we'll just put that there like that, and that's that. I like them actually, they're really soft. And what we'll do the same for the inside. We'll just put that there. I'm thinking they should be okay popped up, I think. We just won't put the we won't stick it down until we find out how it will look. Or well, mostly how it will fold. But I think it should be okay. Yeah. So we can stick that down. Then what we'll do is add another leaf. Whoops. That leaf down this way this time. And we'll do one more. This is a pretty sweet actually. It's lovely. It's one of my favourites actually. And I love that it's got all the new in colours in the DSP as well. Okay. Now that's done. I've just realised the leaves are on the paper. I'm not slow, am I? And then what we'll do is, to finish this off, all we're going to do is, we might put this across the bottom. Yeah, that way we won't have to chop anything. We could have added another piece of summer splash along here if we wanted to, but I think it looks okay just like that. And that's our front. And we can just see that leaf poking out, but that's okay, I'm fine with that, because then they'll know that there's something there to see when they open the card. Actually, what we might do, let's add a little bit of wink, eh? It's sitting there, so let's add a little bit of wink Stella to it. Just to shimmer it up a bit, juice it up a bit. You don't want a lot. Oh, that's pretty. I don't know whether you can see that in the reflection or the... That's pretty. And then I'm just going to open this up a bit so that it can dry. Just like that. There's our wink. And that, oh, we've got to finish it off with some little bit of bling, eh? Let's use, we're going to use the shimmer gems, eh? And I think we will use, I did have our doobie dacker, our take a pick tool, but I do not think where that is. We'll just use our Pretty in Pink. 1, 2, 3. That away. And then just to finish it off, we'll grab our envelope, because you've got to have matchy matchy. And we'll put a little scrap of the DSP that was trimmed off just on our envelope. You could also put it on the flap if you wanted to, but I mostly always do it down the side if I've got strips left over, or you could have stamped an image if you wanted to, but it's a good way of using up scraps of DSP. Okay, so if you'd like the tutorial, all you have to do is spend $20 in my online store using the July host code, and I will send you the tutorial for this card. Okay, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to click on the link below to check out to see what Robbie has created. Okay, thanks for joining me and enjoy your week. See ya. Hooray.